Hey, what's going on everybody? Verdi here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're going to go over patch 1.14 and the new fusion that came out. So first, let's go ahead and talk about the Battle Pass real quick. The Battle Pass did not come out with patch 1.14 and all the bonuses from the Battle Pass are gone. So I'm hoping that sometime in the near future we get the Battle Pass because those bonuses were really nice. The experience bonuses and the silver bonuses and all that good stuff. I also hope that in the future there's no wait time in between the battle passes, because it would be nice to go straight into another battle pass when the previous battle pass ends. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the patch notes. I already covered patch notes before. I just kind of want to go over some of the things that we didn't have in the notes before the patch was released. Obviously, the artifact filter we talked about, it's very, very good. I'm going to show it to you guys in a second. It would be a little bit better in certain areas, but honestly, from not having anything to now having this, it's a very, very nice and welcome change. Increased champion collection, that's perfectly fine. I actually didn't increase my champion collection yet. We're going to go ahead and do that in this video and go over the cost of it. Platinum tier battle limit. This isn't a rant video, so we're just going to go ahead and say that Arena still needs a lot of changes in my opinion, and I hope that they keep working on it, balancing it. Like for example, maybe some platinum arena tiers, not just one tier. But like I said, I don't want to do a rant video, and if I continue talking about this, it will become that. So let's just leave it at that. Now, Relentless Artifact Set Rebalance. This was a sneaky little thing that they added. Relentless Artifacts no longer grant multiple extra turns at the same time if the wearer also got an extra turn through the other means, like through their own skills or the skills of their allies. Now, that didn't completely nerf the set, but I think that that's going to decrease the appeal that the set has. I think the tournament prizes are already kind of bad, like here on the right side. I mean, brews and a few gems here or there. I think that those are not very good prizes, and that they should definitely increase. Also, I don't know if you notice here, but nobody's really going for the tournament because the prizes are bad. So I think that what should happen here is that with the next patch, they should introduce some sort of better tournament rewards overall for everyone, and it will once again increase the appeal of doing tournaments, because like I said, I think the amount of people that want Relentless got lowered. So if they do make the prizes better, more people will participate, more people will use energy, people will be happier because we get more stuff from the tournaments, and on top of that, Plarium will make their money because we are using our energy. Also, with the Relentless nerf, I want to show you guys here. One of the things that they wanted to nerf here, I'm assuming, is Rotos, but that didn't happen because, as you can see here in my video from yesterday, 21 hours ago, we're going to see Rotos kill the whole team anyways. Now, people are going to say that Rotos should be nerfed, but I personally don't think so. I know that there's going to be many that disagree with me on this, but I have a list here of champions that fully counters Rotos and just straight out kills Rotos without a problem. Errol, Brockus, Bloodgorged. Mountain King is kind of a counter to Rotos as well, because if Rotos doesn't proc a ridiculous amount of turns, he's Force. He will not one-shot Rotos, but he's technically a counter to Rotos because, like I said, if Rotos doesn't take a ridiculous amount of turns, Mountain King will kill him, and especially because Rotos has a chance to weak hit. Now, that's one clip here from yesterday. There's also another one. I mean, we could have done this all day. I was doing Arena, and he just slaps the whole team over and over again. Like, that is a weaker team, right? And I am going against weaker teams here, but I'm faster. The issue here is not Rotos, it's speed. I'm faster than them, right? And I get to kill them because I'm faster than them. So if this team was faster than me and they had one of these champions that I mentioned, we can go ahead and pause this. I was pretty much just trying to make a point that if they were trying to nerf Rotos, I don't think that going fully relentless is the way, and I don't think that nerfing Rotos is the way either. But this is just my opinion. You guys can let me know how you feel about it in the comments below. Also, in Need My Blood Twin, he's a counter. Trunda just straight murders everyone. So, she's an AoE hitter. She can literally just kill your whole team. Then we have Angar. Foley straight. If he targets Rotos, Foley will straight out kill and block her by Rotos. Rotos is completely done. I've had it happen to me. Warlord will completely lock Rotos out of his skills, and so will Hegemon. There's other champions out there as well. I mean, you just need to know how to go against Rotos if you're having difficulties with Rotos. And yes, sometimes he will get turns or whatever, but just lock him out, stun him, do something to Rotos in order to prevent him from doing these things. And that's the way to deal with him. Enough about Rotos though. Let's go ahead and talk about the patch more. Another thing that I wanted to mention here is, let's see, okay, it's all the way here at the bottom. Game experience enhancements. The fusion interface now includes champions in your vault. That's really nice. Champions with AoE skills that deal damage will now use those skills against the Ice Golem and his minions on auto. Now this is good because champions like Stag Knight and Tyrell will use the defense down, but you have to be careful with this because if you do too much damage and the ads are not dead, it's going to push the golem past the threshold, and you're going to wipe because the ads will still be up. So it's a good change, but be careful with how much damage you do. Fix the bug that prevented Septimus passive skills from increasing the duration of poison debuffs on the clan boss. This is also a very nice change. We're probably going to do a Septimus video in the near future. Now the fusion. Honestly, this fusion looks to me like it's supposed to be an April Fool's fusion because of the champions required. You need Skull Swarms, which you can farm from Sewers of Arnak. I think that the best way to do it is on Brutal. A Nightmare is a lot of energy, and the other ones don't drop as often. But once again, you can comment down below and let me know where you had the most luck. I personally have the most luck in Brutal getting rare champions. You also need 4 Drakes here. I have 2, so I'm going to need to farm up 8 of these. I'm going to do the fusion because I always do the fusion. But let's go over his skills real quick. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit fills the champion's turn meter by 5%. Has a 30% chance to repeat this skill. Places 100% heal reduction debuff on the target for 2 turns. This skill is repeated. Now, this is a decent skill. Can be used on Fire Knight. Not bad at all. Places a 25% strengthen buff on this champion for 2 turns. Has a 75% chance of placing a provoke debuff on a target enemy for 1 turn. Also, not that bad. Could be used on dungeon waves. Could be used in arena. Not bad. A3 attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. AoE decreased attack is always good, but I feel like we do have a decent amount of champions with it now. I don't know whether it's 100% worth investing into a legendary for an AoE decreased attack, but his scaling could be good, and he is a defense-based champion, so this could be good. Like I said, I'm going to fuse him. This is and test him, but this is kind of just speculation at this point. His passive, his first passive, one attack, decreases the attacker's max hit points by 5%, cannot decrease a single enemy's max hit points by more than 50%, occurs once per enemy attack, does not work against bosses. Has a 50% chance of placing a true fear debuff on targets whose max hit points has been decreased by 20% or more. This is definitely a cool move as well. But now the weird move here is Skullbrood. Revive Skull Sworn with 50% hit points and 50% turn meter at the start of each turn. If there are multiple Skull Sworn on the team, only one of them will be revived. I could see a use for this on Faction Wars, but overall, Skull Sworn is not a very good rare champion, at least in my opinion. So I'm not sure exactly where they're going with this, but when I fuse him, we will definitely test it. Also, this champion starts with 50 accuracy, which I think is the highest base accuracy of any champion. So definitely interesting there. Decent resist, pretty nice base speed. Besides that, stats are kind of, well, these stats actually we can't judge here because he's only level 1 here. But 50 accuracy, 80 resist, 107 base speed, not a bad start. If you have the resources, I would definitely fuse him because you never know what he could be good for. Maybe you can use him with faction wars. It's not necessarily a very difficult fusion, and like I said, if you have the resources, might as well get it done. If you are free to play, fusions are very difficult to achieve unless you have a lot of resources already saved up. So maybe skip this. Once again, I can't really tell how good he is until I test him out myself. Now that we talked about the fusion, let's go ahead and show the inventory increase. So I have 131 million silver. Let's see how much silver I end up with after I increase my inventory. Million for the first one. 1.5 on the second one. 2 mil. All right. 2.5 mil. 3 mil. Like I said, save your silver, guys. 3.5 mil. 4 mil. All right, we got 3 more. Also, I still would like to change this so that way it doesn't reset your champion selection or whatever when you do something. It still happens at the tavern. It would be nice if they could work on that at some point as well. 5 mil, and it looks like it's probably going to be 5.5 mil here. Yep. All right, so now we have max inventory, which is nice. But we used like 32 million silver. 32.5 maybe it looks like. That's a lot of silver. Or you're using a lot of gems. You would have used like 1,000 gems or something, or even more, probably like 1,500 gems. I wasn't really fully paying attention to how much gems it takes, but you could go through the video and kind of do the math yourself if you want to. For me, silver is easy to acquire, so I did it with silver. It's definitely a very expensive thing to do, but honestly, if you're free to play, you don't need the extra room. And if you're not free to play, you technically should have the silver. If you don't, go farm spider and you can get it done. Now for the best thing about the patch is the filter. Click on filter. Now if you want to, let's say, do an attack percentage chest piece, you click on attack percentage, then you click on substats, and you can go ahead and look for attack percentage chest piece with, let's say, crit rate. So once you have selected the stats that you wanted, you click on equipped. It will show you all the equipped pieces that you have as well. So you can go ahead and click on this and equip it on your new champion. This chestplate will be removed from Zagala using silver and will be equipped on Infernal Barons instead. If you're already wearing an attack percentage chest piece, or if you're already wearing a chest piece and you want to change it, let's see, Man Eater for example, you go to filter, you do the same thing. Attack percentage, crit rate, equipped, not upgrade. We want to go to equip. This chestplate will be removed from Zagala using silver and will be equipped to Man Eater instead. The artifact Man Eater is equipped will be removed to your artifact storage. Continue. So this is definitely a nice change. You can swap artifacts between your champions. It does cost silver like it normally does, but that is to be expected. It's not like they were going to remove the cost of removing artifacts. So overall, these are some really nice quality of life changes. I'm happy with this patch. I just hope that a new battle pass is coming soon and that we actually get some new content soon as well. Mainly talking about new clan boss, the tower, some sort of arena change, maybe even clan wars. I know that I'm being crazy here probably, but something new to do would be very much appreciated. Like I said, I don't want to rant about this. I'm just kindly asking Plarium if they could give us some new stuff. But overall, I am happy with the patch and the quality of life changes. It looks like Plarium might be going in the right direction. And with that said, I think that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Please leave a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.